Good codes, everybody, because we'll continue with a game called Never Seven the End of Infinity. Where were we? There you are. Even if it seems to be a useless struggle, persuade the girl to give the bell back. When I run over to the girl, I bend over just like Yuka. Will you listen carefully to what I have to say? The truth is that bell is a very scary thing. There is a ghost sealed into that comes out in the middle of the night. And then it drains the souls of all the humans in the area and gobbles on them. So give that bell to me for safekeeping. Sir, are you a weirdo? Yeah? You're a weirdo too, aren't you, ma'am? The girl looks back and forth between Yuka and I restlessly. Her eyes are just overflowing with tears. She's completely frightened. You're wrong, that's not it. Papa. Suddenly, my ears are shattered by the girl's loud, shrill scream. I wince at this unexpected development. It's not that I didn't know how I should have coped with it, it's that I just find so frantic that I wasn't thinking clearly. While this is happening, the girl slips out between Yuka and I, and with faltering steps runs towards the entrance of the park. A married couple looks at us with a suspicious glance. Naturally, we can't chase them. Right now, that bell is still being held by that girl. What should I do? First, what should I think to do? I don't even know that, leaving me bewildered. I glance over towards Yuka. For some reason, Yuka's eyes are muddy and glazed. Her artificial smile twitches and her cheeks turn pale. Moon Beach. Yuka mutters this to herself. Moon Beach? It's nothing. Nothing. How can you say it's nothing? Your face is completely pale. It's really nothing. Yuka looks downwards, avoiding eye contact. Say, Yuka, there's something I want to ask you. It's very important. Right, maybe next time. Huh? There's something I have to do no matter what right now. That's not really that big a deal, but... So I gotta go. Hey, wait a minute, Yuka. Well then, go on back ahead of me. Leaving those words, Yuka runs away. She shoots me a glance that shuts down any thoughts I had of chasing her. Yuka's hiding something, that's for certain. But I have the feeling that asking her anything right now would be useless. All I can do at that moment is wait. Just a little bit until she's calm again. I close my eyes and let the sea breeze blow by me. I need to still the confusion in my mind. I can't hear the wind. The only sound I can hear is that of my own excessively loud breathing. It feels like I've crawled under the bottom of the deep ocean. In this loneliness, my thoughts return to where I had left off before. About Yuka and the bell. Though Yuka spoke to that girl kindly, she was pressing her persistently about the bell. And even earlier than that, Yuka said this when she saw the bell I picked up. Why do you have that? In other words, Yuka recognized that bell. Why? Why does Yuka know about that bell? But the truth is in a deep darkness. It'll remain there until I can get the truth from Yuka's own lips. And there's one more, much more important problem that's coiling around my head. The fact that that bell has appeared before me once again. There's no mistake that it's the bell from my dream. If that's the case, then is that dream? No, there's no way that could be possible, right? What the hell am I saying? Something like this is nothing more than a simple coincidence. Simple coincidence? That old excuse again. Can all these strange incidents over the past few days be explained by those three simple words? I don't know, I have absolutely no clue what's what. I can't find one thing that I can declare I have confidence in. No matter how many times I surrender myself to the sea breeze, I can't solve the confusion in my mind. Rather, the chaos gets excessively and complexly entangled in proportion to the time passing, to the point where now I can't even find the origin of all of it. I feel like I'm at the bottom of the sea. If I look in a random direction, can I crawl up? If this is the bottom of the ocean, where no light reaches, then even the distinction between heaven and earth doesn't reach here. My head is throbbing with pain and my stomach is turning inside out. Then what should I do? Rather, what's the first thing I should do? All I could do is untie the tangled threads until I could catch hold of that clue. The bell. I have to find that bell. I could worry about Yuka later. Anyway, for now, my first priority is finding the little girl who has the bell. The anxiety that comes from doing nothing is worse than any danger you might face, as they say. With my mind made up, I calmly opened my eyes. This was the first place I could think of, Sukiya Hotel. Judging from her appearance, that girl is definitely a tourist on a family vacation. If that's the case, then they must be staying at this hotel. I approach the hotel's automatic doors. Before I can reach them, they suddenly open up. And the one who comes outside is... that girl. I rush to go talk to her. About that bell. Oh, you're that. Listen, I want that bell back no matter what. I gave it away. Gave it away? To who? Hey, look, isn't it cute? The girl ignores my question and slowly pulls something out of her pocket. On top of her small palm is a keychain that I recognize. Oh, it's that cat thing from Yuka. Attached to the keychain is that fat cat mascot character. It's Yuka's. There's no doubt about it. This is the keychain Yuka said she bought from the souvenir shop. Holy crap, things are starting to connect now. Holy crap. We traded them. You traded with Yuka? Yuka? Is Yuka the name of this cat? That's not it. Did the girl who was with me at Viewpoint Park give this to you? Yeah, that's right. That lady traded it with me. I knew it. I see. Thanks for telling me. I pat the girl on the head and start running. However... Oh, that's right. I suddenly realized something. I turn around and tell her this. It seems that cat's name is Nineneko Pion. Isn't it cute? As I leave, I hear a voice coming from the hotel lobby. Hey, I told you not to go outside on your own, right? Yue-chan. Yue-chan? Who's that? Oh, my back. Ouch. Right now, I am turning face up on the bed, staring blankly at the ceiling. Of course, when I return to the lodge, I immediately look for Yuka. But Haruka told me she went to the hot springs, so I stopped there and decided to wait in my room on standby. As I look at the ceiling, I think of the bell. I think about it, but I can't think of any sort of answer. I realize that I'm both physically and mentally exhausted. Against my will, I am suddenly dragged into an intense drowsiness that's consuming me. No, I can't fall asleep now. I've got to ask Yuka about the bell. I've got to ask her. Despite my efforts, I lose consciousness in the blink of an eye. God damn it. That was the only thing we could do, and we failed at it. We failed. Failed, boys, we failed. Suddenly, I hear the sound of something bursting open. Surprised by the sound, I frantically jump off the bed to my feet. When I look towards the door, I see... Izumi. Kurumi's what? Kurumi's gone. Izumi gathers the four of us in the living room and tells us what had happened. After you all left, I put all the barbecue tools in the storehouse and took a shower. I got out of the shower at 9:30, and then when I went up to the second floor, Kurumi was gone. Yeah. Tried searching by myself, trying all the places that came to mind. How about the demon shrine? Inside the shop, the area around Moon Beach, all of it. Do you know of any other places Kurumi would go? Or do you have any clues? Izumi softly closes her eyes and gently shakes her head. Any clues, huh? I remember the sight of Kurumi crying in the shade of the rocks at Princess Beach. Something bad must have happened to her. Anyway, sitting still here won't get anything solved. She says this, Yuka stands upright. Why don't we all quickly split up and look for Kurumi? Alright, Makoto, why don't you try searching Princess Beach, Viewpoint Park, and the south side of the island? You want me to do all of that? God damn it. Alright.
はるかは港と商店街、東の方を徹底的に。
Haruka, check the harbor for the shopping district, then do a complete search of the east side.
うん。
Yeah.
私は月浜の周辺をもう一度探してみるから。
I'll try searching the area around Moon Beach one more time.
で、泉さんはルナビーチに戻っててください。
And Izumi, please return to Luna Beach. What?
くるみちゃんが帰ってきた時に泉さんがいなかったら、ミイラ取りがミイラにってことにもなりかねないから。
If Kurumi returns and you're not there, then she'll probably become the hunter instead of the other way around, so to speak. I see.
でも。
But it's alright. Leave it to us. We'll find her for sure. And it's possible she might have already returned. She might be there, cheerful and oblivious to what has happened.
安心してください、泉さん。
Please don't worry, Izumi.
わかった。
I understand. Nevertheless, the uneasiness doesn't fade from her expression. Her gaze nervously shifts from left to right. Looking all over her surroundings, it's clear she hasn't calmed down.
Yuka-chan, 僕は。
What about me?
温泉、テニスコート、それから墓地ね。
Check the hot springs, the tennis court, and the graveyard.
墓地？
The graveyard?
さあ、それじゃあ早速捜索開始。
Well then, let's begin the search right away.
見つかったらすぐルナビーチに戻ること。いい？
If you find her, return to Luna Beach immediately, got it? That's an owl. Yuka, Haruka, and Izumi split up at the T-junction at the foot of the hill. In the corner of my mind, thoughts of Yuka and the bell still lurk. But now isn't the time to be worrying about something like that. Finding Kurumi comes first. I stand in the center of Princess Beach and call Kurumi's name. Hey, Kurumi. I shout out towards the darkness. However, I get no response. Well, I thought that would be easy. Only the sound of the waves breaking up on the shore breaks up the silence. When I suddenly look down, I see the scattered remains of the barbecue. It looks so lonely that it's hard to believe that we were making a huge ruckus here just hours ago. Kurumi. I let out a sigh. I lightly kick away the fragments of charcoal lying at my feet and leave Princess Beach. Just where is Kurumi? I look left and right as I run down the shoreline. The row of cherry blossom trees shrouded in darkness, I bet they look a lot better if they were daytime. The cherry blossom petals, illuminated by the moonlight, appear vaguely white as they float in the darkness. Kurumi! I shout as I walk through the row of trees, but there's no signs that anyone's here either. The jet black sea blurs the moonlight shining on it. The lighthouse's light makes a dull metallic sound as it spins around. In the end, I couldn't find Kurumi. I casually lean my elbows against the fence and look to the north from the south. At the edge of the north, I can see Moon Beach. There is a small light lit in Luna Beach's open terrace. Now that I think about it again, I've seen this lighthouse from Moon Beach before. I'm sure it was 2 nights ago. At that time, Izumi told us that if 2 people confessed under this lighthouse, their love would bear fruit. And then she told us the story about the shrine afterwards. The shrine? That's right, she could be at the shrine. Last night, Kurumi recklessly took me to the shrine. I immediately start running towards the Shiki no Mori shrine. I leave the row of trees and exit out onto the paved road. To my surprise, I see Yuka right there. Yuka, how's it going? Did you find her?
ダメ。
No, it was no good.
スキヤホテルの人にも聞いてみたんだけど、そんな子は見かけてないって。
I also tried asking the people at Tsukiya Hotel, but they said they hadn't seen a girl like that. I see, got it. With that, I pick up my pace.
ちょっとどこ行くのよ、誠。
Hold on, where are you going, Makoto? I hear Yuka's voice from behind. I have a hunch as to where she is. I turn my head and shout this while running.
心当たりって、だからどこなのよ。
You have a hunch? So where is it? It's on my back. I'm a hunchback. Here. With my fingertip, I pointed out to Yuka, who followed me the whole way.
ここって、まさか、あの神社？
By here, you can't mean that shrine. Right. It's a Shikinomori shrine Izumi told us about.
こんなところにくるみちゃんが？
Kurumi's in a place like this? Yeah, probably. I say this and place my foot on the staircase's first step. But then...
待って。
Wait. Yuka jerks my arm back.
行かないで。
Don't go. Huh?
お願いだから行かないで。
I'm begging you, don't go. Yuka, could it be you're worried about the rumors Izumi told us about?
違うの。
You're wrong.
そういうんじゃなくて。
That's not it. Then why?
嫌な予感がするのよ。
I have a bad feeling about this.
とても嫌な予感が。
A very bad feeling. I know I've heard those words before. And that's right, 2 days ago, just before Saki swallowed by the wave, Yuka said these exact same words. At that time, I turned a deaf ear to them.
そこに行ったらきっと取り返しのつかないことに。
If you go there, you'll never be able to come back.
だから絶対に行かないで。
So no matter what, you mustn't go. I get it. Before I know it, I'm answering her with this. Might have been overwhelmed by the loneliness in her voice. But what do we do? What if by chance Kurumi is in there?
大丈夫。
It's alright.
くるみちゃんなら私が探してくるから。
I'll be the one to go look for Kurumi. Huh?
誠はここで待ってて。
Makoto, wait here. An unexpected reply left me dumbfounded. While I'm at a loss for words, Yuka starts ascending the staircase herself as if she's trying to brush me aside. Dumbstruck, I watched Yuka ascend the staircase for a short while. But before long, what the hell am I doing? I returned to my senses. I must be out of my mind to let a girl go alone in the dead of night. Furthermore, according to the rumors, this shrine might be a dangerous place. Despite that, I just stood there spacing out like an idiot. I'm a pathetic excuse for a man. I frantically start chasing after Yuka. Yuka is standing firmly still in front of the shrine. Yuka. When I call out to her, Yuka quickly turns around. I rush over to her.
なんで
Why?
あんなに来ちゃダメって言ったのに。
Even though I kept telling you not to come here. I don't answer her. Unable to bear the look in her eyes, I instead focus on the shrine. For some reason, the door has been completely left open. Despite the fact the door is open, Yuka rigidly stands still. She's probably gotten cold feet and is hesitant to go inside. Kurumi. I try shouting, but there's no response. I hear the lonely hooting of an owl. Finally resolve myself and step inside. I quietly sneak a single step inside and firmly stare in the darkness. Yuka follows, trying to hide behind my back. In the next instant...
くるみちゃん
Wait. There she is. Kurumi is over there. It's almost anticlimactic to find her so easily. Well, thank your lucky stars she's here. Right now, Kurumi's kneeling flat on the center of the floor. Why is her eyes dead? Her gaze blankly drifts in space so blankly that it looks like she's dreaming. Yuka runs to Kurumi's side and uneasily checks how she's doing. I sigh in relief. Anyway, what's the most important is she's alright. Since I'm relieved for the time being, I decided to take the time to survey my surroundings. It's an almost perfectly square room. The walls and the ceiling are plastered with red varnish, which is almost completely weathered and peeled off. A small staircase leads to a floor slightly higher than the one I'm standing on, and on top of it is an altar modeled after a small Shinto shrine. It's so incredibly deteriorated that it feels like it's just one small line tap is all that's needed to send this whole place collapsing. It's probably due to the many years of enjoying the ocean breeze. Well, none of this really matters. Thanks for that, game, for stating the obvious that, yeah, none of this matters. Who cares? For now, I've got to get out of this gloomy place as soon as possible. Kurumi, what are you doing? Let's hurry back. I walk over towards Kurumi's side. The rotten floor creaks, sounding like it could break any second now. I thought that sounded like a rope being hung around my neck. Just then,
くるみ、ここ覚えてる？
Kurumi remembers this place. Kurumi suddenly mutters this in a very small voice.
ここ来たことあるんだ。
Kurumi's been here before.
え？でもくるみちゃんこの神社のことは知らなかったって。
But
前にそう言ってたじゃない。
But didn't you say earlier that you'd never heard of this shrine before? Yuka asked this.
うん。だけど。
Yeah, but... Kurumi hesitates a little. Well, anyway, let's get out of here. We can talk about it later. Still on the floor, Kurumi looks up. Shifting her attention to me, and gives me a small nod. Kurumi grabs onto Yuka and gently stands up. We then begin walking towards the exit, but at that moment... The sound of a bell? I heard it from behind me. I walked towards the direction of the ringing came from, as if it's drawing me in. When I turn my head, I see Yuka's right behind me, following me. Kurumi's leaning on the exit, standing stock still. Ooh boy, I hear the sound of a bell again. The moonlight shines in from the exit, illuminating the object, but it's not that bell. It's a different bell hanging from the eaves of the building, modeled after a small Shinto shrine. It's a copy of the kind of bell with a rope attached to it that is rung at times of worship. It's a little larger than the bell in my dream. But why did the bell ring? Probably the wind. Try gently holding my hands out to the bell. I realize there's a faint wind blowing from somewhere. See? Is there a draft? Try looking around and investigating my surroundings. There's nothing particularly strange that I see. I look at the bell one more time. When I look closely, I notice that tattered piece of Japanese paper attached to its back. It's a talisman. There's something written on it in old-fashioned cursive script. The spring rain at the end of the cape, together with the echoing bell, will free you from time. It's like a waka, but what does that mean?
時は解かれん。
Will free you from time? Suddenly, Yuka mutters this. Yuka, do you understand what it means?
うん。
Nope.
さ、早く帰ろう。
Alright, why don't we hurry back?
みんなくるみちゃんのこと心配してるんだから。
Everyone's worried about Kurumi. Yuka then turns around and begins to walk towards the exit. Although I'm harboring this feeling like something's bothering me, I follow after her. Kurumi, Yuka, and I leave the shrine and walk towards the staircase. Before we step on the first stair, Yuka quickly looks around. I also follow her gaze, finding the point she's looking at. It's the shrine, its image vaguely materializing in the darkness. The wooden rectangular sign is hanging under the eaves. Shiki no Mori. That's what's written on it. Being under the streetlights has made Kurumi and Yuka a lot calmer than they were earlier. However, those two aren't exactly their usual cheery selves either. Probably because we're all tired, we're all sleepy. We need to sleep. Many different types of fatigue are clearly visible on their expressions, see?
だけど、くるみちゃん、どうしてあんなところに？
But what were you doing in a place like that, Kurumi? Yuka gently asked her.
なんか、ルナビーチに帰っても、じっとしてられなくって。
Right, for some reason, even when Kurumi returned to Luna Beach, she just couldn't sit still.
最初は桜並木で、夜桜でも見ようかな、なんて思っただけだったんだけど。
At first, Kurumi was just thinking she'd go to the Cherry Blossom Road and watch the petals fall at night and head back, but
行く途中で、神社のこと、急に思い出して。
on Kurumi's way there, she suddenly remembered that shrine.
そっか。
I see.
ねえ、だけど、このことは、絶対内緒にしといてね。
Listen, you've got to keep this a secret, okay? A secret?
お姉ちゃんにだけは、絶対に言わないでほしいの。
Yep, if there's one person Kurumi doesn't want you telling, it's One-chan. Yuka and I glance at each other. We seem to reach an agreement.
わかった。
Got it. Got it. As we answer the same way, Kurumi goes in between Yuka and I and grabs our hands.
あの神社、すごく懐かしい匂いがしたの。
That shrine had a very nostalgic scent to it.
ちっちゃい頃、お姉ちゃんにもらったお下がりの洋服の匂い。
It was the smell of the traditional clothes that Kurumi got as hand-me-downs from One-chan when she was younger.
だからあんな風に思っちゃったのかもね。
That might be why Kurumi was thinking like that.
前に来たことがあるなんて。
That is to say why Kurumi thought she had been there before. So is Kurumi not a clone but some kind of zombie revived by the shrine? Or not revived, kept alive? So it's technically still a zombie, so yeah, I don't understand. Although I sound like I'm brushing it off, I'm seized by a strange sense of discomfort. The dusty scent of the shrine and the scent of Izumi's traditional clothes. No matter how you think about it, they don't sound like they go together. However, I don't think Kurumi's lying. It's likely that there could have been a subtle fragrance in that shrine that only she recognized. Kurumi tries to keep close to Yuka and I, and before I know it, she's smiling. Kurumi's home. When she hears our voice, Izumi quickly stands up.
くるみ、もう一体どこ行って
Just where did you go? She sticks out her tongue playfully.
えじゃないでしょ。散々心配かけて。
Don't just go. I was really worried about you. He scolds Kurumi.
ほら、みんなに謝んなさい。
Go ahead and apologize to everyone.
ごめんなさい。
Sorry.
まったく。
Ah, jeez. With a huge wave of relief washing over her, Izumi loses her strength and sits down. When I look around the shop, I see the others.
とにかく見つかってよかったわね。
Anyway, I'm glad we found her.
じゃあ、入りますか。
Well then, shall we go back?
せっかく集まったんだから、コーヒーぐらい飲んでく？
Since you went to the trouble of gathering here, would you at least like some coffee? No, thanks. Let me just sleep. Now it's really late, so we need to head back. Izumi nods in disappointment as if to say, I understand. When I return to the lodge, I once again throw myself under the bed in my room. I am beyond exhausted, having already surpassed my body's utmost limits. I fall asleep the moment I close my eyes. There you go. Ooh boy, the fabled 5th day. People die here. Suddenly I wake up. It's not that I had a nightmare or heard a loud sound. I just somehow woke up for no reason. I take a look at my watch, which I'd placed on my bedside. 2:50 a.m. It hasn't even been an hour since I went to sleep. But I don't feel sleepy at all. My mind is surprisingly wide awake, so I try to do multiplication tables in my mind to help me go back to sleep. I tried this countless times. It's no use, I'm too alert. I give up and get out of bed. I'm sure that there's several leftover beer cans from today in the fridge. After drinking the can, my sleepiness will surely return. Without thought, I quietly open the door to my room. Of course, there's no one in the living room. I let out a sigh in the quiet, empty room. I can hear Okuhiko snoring from up in the loft.
おい、待て。
Hey, wait. Okuhiko suddenly shouts in a roaring voice. When I look up in surprise,
まずい。エネルギーが足りない。
this is bad. I don't have enough energy, Z. It seems he's just sleep talking. Phew, man, what kind of dream is he having anyway? I sigh and start to reach up for the handle to the fridge. Just then, I hear a sound. It came from the terrace. I take my hand off the fridge and walk straight to the front door. I put on a pair of sandals, open the door, and go outside. There is a dark figure sitting in the corner of the terrace. A dark figure? No, that's, Yuka.
誠、おはよう。
Good morning. Good morning. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
ああ、星をね。
I was just looking at the
星を見て
stars.
たんだ。
I was just looking at the stars. The stars? When I hear that, I look up. I can't speak. The whole sky is engulfed with a glimmering sea of stars. No, that's lame. This isn't something that can be described with such cliched lines. There are an infinite amount of shining stars all over the vast sky, packed densely together. It's a tempest of stardust. It feels like if I reached out I could grab them, but in spite of that, their mysterious shine makes me realize just how far away they are and how they take an eternity to reach. Before I realize it, the miraculous scene in front of me has left me breathless.
おい、こっちこっち。
Hey, over here. When I turn to that voice, Yuka is now sitting in the middle of the short staircase that leads to the ground. She lightly beckons me. Accepting Yuka's invitation, I go down the stairs and sit down next to her. I look up at the starry sky again.
え？綺麗でしょ？
Hey, aren't the stars pretty? I am so distracted by the tempest of stardust that Yuka's voice barely registers.
こういう綺麗な景色とかを見ると心が洗われるってよく言うじゃない？
What do you say that looking at such a beautiful scene just cleanses your heart?
あれって本当だよね。
Doesn't it?
心の中に溜まってたモヤモヤがスーッとどっかに吸い取られていくようなそんな感じがする。
Feels like any depression locked away in your heart is just sucked away and banished to some far-off place.
そういえばあの桜を見た時もこんな感じだったな。
Now that I think about it, it's the same feeling as when I saw those cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms? Those words bring me back to reality. That's right. When we saw those cherry blossoms, I have to ask her about that. Why did she know about the bell? Why did she have to take back the bell from that girl? And does she have that bell even now? I've been waiting for the chance for the two of us to be all alone. Now is my best shot. Say, Yuka. I look at Yuka's face. Yuka's eyes are brimming with tears. Why? It feels like my heart is being gripped tightly. I lose sight of my own words. No, they're stolen by Yuka's very anguished eyes. It's nothing. I say that by sheer force of will.
じゃあ私の方から質問いい？
Then, I'd like to ask a question, okay? I'm really not quietly while hiding my unrest.
誠、どうしてさっき追いかけてきたの？
Makoto, why did you chase after me earlier? Earlier?
くるみちゃんを探しに私が神社に行った時、
When we were at the shrine looking for Kurumi.
あんなに来ちゃダメって言ったのに。
Even though I insisted that you shouldn't go.
なんで？
Why? That's because it was the obvious thing to do, right?
どうして？
Why? What do you mean, why?
危ないと思った？
Didn't you think it was dangerous? Yeah. It's not like I believed all of Izumi's story, but either way, it still didn't change the fact that it felt like a place no one should approach. At that time, there was no way the man in me could just silently watch from the sidelines as you went in there by yourself, you know?
男の俺ばっか。
The man in me, huh? What's with that tone?
ううん。
No.
ただなんだか古臭いこと言うなってそう思ったから。
It's just, I thought it sounded rather old-fashioned. It may sound old-fashioned, but I really believe in that. Men ought to try their best to protect women. That's the way it's been for ages.
それじゃあ私のこと守ってくれようとしたんだ。
Well then, are you saying you'll try to protect me? That's right.
バカだよそんなの。
That's just stupid. It's not stupid. From now on, I will definitely protect you.
本気で言ってるの？
Are you serious? If this were a joke, it'd be a pretty crappy one, wouldn't it? I'm serious. I swear on this starry sky that I'm serious. Even I don't understand why I'm saying these things. Have these brilliant stars bewitched me without me noticing? I feel a little embarrassed. Yuka laughs. Despite her cheerful facade, the shine of the stars reflecting in her eyes suggests loneliness in them.
優しいね。
You're kind. Kind.
そういうところがそっくりなんだよ。
You're the spitting image of him in that regard. Spitting image? Could that be your ex-boyfriend?
だから彼氏じゃないってば。
I told you he wasn't my boyfriend.
片思いだったって言ったでしょ？
I said it was an unrequited love, didn't I? She forces a smile. It's like she's giving everything she's got to repress emotions that want to burst out of her.
でも本当は
But honestly,
本当はそうじゃなかったのかも。
honestly, you might have not been like that.
きっと片思いなんだって。そうやってずっと思い込んでたけど。
It's a completely unrequited love. I was always under that impression, but
その男の子ある時言ってくれたの。
one time that boy told me.
私のことが好きだって。
He told me he loved me. Then that means you really...
うん。
No.
だけど片思いは片思い。
An unrequited love is an unrequited love.
この恋は永遠の片思いなの。
That love is an eternally unrequited one. What the fuck are you talking about? Sorry. When she mutters this, Yuka slowly stands up. I immediately try to call out to her, but give up on it. Is that turn back of hers trying to hide something from me? But I don't miss it. I don't miss seeing the single teardrop that falls from Yuka's eyes.
おやすみ、誠。
Good night, Makoto. While walking to the terrace, she says this without turning around. Before long, I hear the sound of the door closing. Left alone, I try touching the wooden plank that Yuka sat on. The remnants of her tear feel cold in my finger. An eternally unrequited love, huh? The night wears on. The stardust above my head quietly continues to turn with time. I wake up later than usual. I go out to the living room and gaze at the ocean from the window. The unbelievably starry sky from last night has been replaced with a thick mass of clouds. The clouds are a deep gray, but it doesn't seem like they're rain clouds. Good morning. I turn around to see Yuka standing behind me. I remember that cold sensation on my fingertip. Good morning. I awkwardly greet her. What's with that? Are you still half asleep? I'm awake. Those eyes sure don't look awake. Eyes. Yeah, look in the mirror. You look like a boxer after fighting a full round. I touched my eyes to confirm her claim. They certainly do feel hot. I don't need a mirror to tell that they're swollen. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep, or is it because I overslept? Hey, why don't we take a walk to help you wake up? A walk? Well, the weather's kind of bad today, but it's better than lounging around here. Besides, I still haven't asked her that question that I need her to answer. Well, we'll get that information out of her today somehow. Well then, why don't we tell Haruka and Okiko just in case? Tell them what? About our walk. Remember what happened with Kurumi yesterday? We don't want to get them worried like that again. I see. But I think that's unnecessary. Why? Haruka left early this morning. She went fishing again. And now about Okihiko. Seems that Okihiko went to Saki's place. To Saki's place? Why? I think he probably feels guilty. Because the one who inflamed Saki and Haruka's relationship originally was Okihiko. Seems like Okihiko felt like in his own way, it was his responsibility, so he's going to try to settle the Saki issue as well. Okihiko said that? Well, he didn't say it outright, but it was something like that. Huh. Who would have thought? So Okihiko has an honest side too, huh? Those two are surprisingly similar, huh? Those two are both the type who are nice people deep down but are too embarrassed to show it, don't you think? I feel like I more or less understand what Yuka's saying. Well then, shall we get ready and go? We change our clothes and leave the lodge. Oh man, come on dude, I want to continue this better to prepare for work now. So this is Never Sever the End of Infinity. Oh, God, this is so good, man. This is so good. Who's gonna die? If you want to try to give yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. So the plan is, after getting a route, whoever's route I randomly choose, the next parts will be with a guide, with a walkthrough, so that I don't waste everybody's time. I just want to see each heroine's endings or something. So yeah, goodbye.